Boom. No, wait, why is it not showing it now? There we go. But it's not actually updating it. Okay, it does. So now the thing I wanted to do was to add 4 more. Okay, well, okay, wait. I should start there. I shouldn't start. I'm kind of starting in wrong end. Ends. What I first should do is try to modify the existing file for, which I should have. The skin data table. So I will start there. So we'll open up the UAsset GUI, as some call it. Let's start there. Let's switch over to. Oh, then I have to update the list. There we go. This one looks exciting, doesn't it? It doesn't have any filter, so why doesn't it actually fill up the whole screen? It should be full height. This is weird. No, it doesn't have the top bar, that's why. I can do that. Now it captures the whole thing. So then I will open the data table, and it looks like this. This is very fancy stuff. But here's a data table containing all the outfits, which is what I'm interested in, and here is this whole thing. So the thing I want to do here is to add 6 more outfits, and they should hopefully show up at the bottom. And that shouldn't be too hard. I just need to give them those 4 outfits new names, but without complicating things, I could keep the names pretty simple and just call it Coco Extra A, because why complicate it? Then Coco Extra B. An ample from Union. No, wait, what do you mean? Not this. Not again. Oh, a special design today. But I should really after it. Eggplant. I will throw some plushies at myself. That will help me cover up, I guess. Why is that one so late? Throw 6 of them and then one long after the other ones. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know why that happens. Unless it's... No, it should only use temporary ones. Yeah, so... I'll continue. Coco Extra D. Oh my. Anyway. Coco Extra E. And finally, because it's going to be 6 of them, Coco Extra F. And it's going to be single player skin struct. One should, in theory, be able to make like the same thing for the other 3 characters. They were planning on having additional outfits for Jingo Dial, Fauna, and Cortex. And they did draw some concept art, but they never actually made that a thing. But someone should be able to do, because some have modified menus. So in theory, I missed underwear. Well, good. You were looking away. That's your fault for not paying attention. That's your fault for not giving me 100% of your attention all the time. Don't cry. There will be future times. Well, in that case, you don't know what underwear I'm wearing. Ooh. So, this adds 6 new outfits. So, boom. Nice, nice. They do not show up here. What you have to do is you have to recalculate nodes, I think. Yeah, now they show up here. Ooh. And then I just have to fill in this information. Too bad, you aren't my girlfriend. Only my girlfriend gets 100%. Ooh, you have a girlfriend who isn't me. Ooh. When she earns it. Oh. Oh my, so you're not giving your girlfriend 100% of your time. She's a brat. Has your girlfriend been on my chat at any point? How long have you been together? I wish it was an easy way to just select all this stuff and copy it. I will take the swimsuit version and copy it. Nope. Nope, never been on my chat. Oh well, she's missing out on fun stuff. So I will copy. I need to check what that music is that plays there. And I wish I could copy this. Go here. Paste it. But it doesn't work. It copies one. Which one did it copy? Oh, I copied the last one. So I will delete that. So I can copy one, which is annoying. I can go here. But how much should I copy? Because it's got the serial offset, but I guess that's something I don't have to care about. Boop. So I will just copy over this information at the start. Hopefully this works. And I guess this one only has that information. Do 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 do. Pasting information, and then I go back here, and I got this information. Is this a crash screen? False. It's not a crash skin, but I still need this information. I'm not really sure why they had to have a bool value for is this a crash skin or is this a Coco skin. In that way, shouldn't I be able to? Someone should do that. Setting both to true for all of the skins. So regardless if you're playing as Crash or Coco, you have all of Crash and Coco's outfits for both of them. What a silly idea. I'm full of silly ideas. But why have a boolean value that's Crash skin false or true and Coco skin false or true? You could still have a boolean value where you have 0 for Crash, 1 for Coco. So basically the question is it a Coco skin, yes or no? Or you could have flipped it, that works too. Is it a Crash skin, yes or no? They don't need both, they only need one. If it's not one, it's the other. Or they could have done, which if they were actually planning so far as to add the other skins, they should have made it an integer value. They could have 0 as an invalid value, just as a safe And then they do like 1 for Crash, 2 for Coco, 3 for Tawna, I guess is the third one actually, 4 for Dingodile, 5 for Cortex. Pon is 92% cute today. She doesn't even use Twitch. Oh, well, fair enough. That is fair. Not unlockable through gameplay. That's an inverse rule. False. It is not unlockable through gameplay, meaning that it is unlockable through gameplay. It's a double negative. I'm not sure why they made it negative. Why just not make it unlockable through gameplay? Yes or no? But you know, it's Toys for Bob. They are who they are. They are interesting. I should have just tested one of these, not just. But anyway, unlock condition, static conditions, 3, 1B, enough gems collected. These extra outfits will just be I will just copy this information this time, but I will change it so these extra outfits will just be unlocked from the start. Unlock level. Well, I will let it be what. I guess this information unlock level 7. Is it like same for all of them? I don't know what it is. It's even included on the ones that you don't even unlock because they are unlocked from the start. Well, it's needed because otherwise it will not work. Otherwise, I assume it will crash. Bandicoot. I had to do the joke. And here is the actual assets. The actual skin that will be used. It has, you should have like 4 values, I think. Wait. 4 values. Okay, I'm not really looking at what the values are here, but I'm just copying them over. Or we can take a look at it to see what all the values do. There we go. So it has skin display name, which is the name that appears on it. It has UI texture set to 0, so that didn't do anything. So I guess that was the second one that confused me. So the second one doesn't exist. So yeah, so you got the text, the name of it that should show up, and also remaining 94% cute today. That's a lot. Then you got the skin assets, which is the actual skin that it will load when you pick that outfit, that skin. And finally it has the UI texture soft reference, not just UI texture, which is the actual icon that will show up. Not sure why they needed a soft reference. But yeah, now we've got this serial offset and stuff. Unfortunately, this one got a 10, the other ones did not. So we'll do recalculate nose, which is Shift F5. Why is it Shift F5? Or refresh is F5. I actually need. It's kind of like in the browser. If you press F5, you refresh the page. But if something is cached, it would still be cached. So if you have something erroneously cached, or incorrectly cached, you can press Shift F5, and then that will also clear the cache. Takes longer to refresh the page, but that will remove any caching errors in case there were any. Okay, it does have this information here, but isn't this the same for, aside from the serial offset? Okay, I should compare it to like the robot. Huh. Okay, so I'll just copy that information from the outfit I copied, of course. Of course. So that would be Coco Pirate. Oh no, I only that information. Wait, it actually filled out this information automatically. I don't need to fill it out. Well then, well that's because it loaded that information from somewhere else. So I've now modified this one because I'm referencing an already existing skin. This shouldn't, in theory, cause any problems. But, you know. So I got the... okay, I need original version on phone. Calling it very literally that, just to be sure. Since I need to take the old data tables to put them aside, so put them here. And I have the modified versions, which increased in more like 1.5 kilobytes, I guess. Kilobytes, slightly larger. But it shouldn't referencing any new skins, so I have not done that yet. There we go. Then I need to pack this. Oh yeah, Nono's Carnival wanted to, or Nono wanted to play the Crash 4 with the mods. I should tell Nono that it's done. I haven't done that yet. So, this will be version, this almost will be version 2.0. So we'll call this version 1.2. This is just the beta version of it. If I get it to work, it will be released like, is it really 2.0 if I don't like remake the whole model and stuff? Thank you for the plushies. It's packing the file at the moment. I guess I could start bell.net. There we go, it has now packed it. And I put it into the mod into the game. So now I should start the game. Let's check that everything is correctly set. Okay, there we go. So while the game is starting up, let me prepare so the game will show up. This one. But it's not playing. Okay, let's switch page. But for some reason it's stuck on this screen. There you go. Do. Cats got some blueberries. Bloomberries. So, well, it sets an art actually. Like there is no good category for modding. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I type modding, I get North Modding Company, Modern Groove, yeah, which for some reason has the PlayStation 2 banner at the top, then the newcomer. Yeah, so there's not like, so I'm just putting it at art. I mean, there is like coding. No. The only thing is like game development. Game develop. Game and program development thing. But I'm not developing the game though. That's the thing. That's the thing. Hydrate, okay. Oh, yeah. Let's see if it crashes. No crashes so far. Well, looking good so far. Now... Oh yeah, here. I used evil coconut. So let's press this. Oh, it says I have new skins. Let's press the skins button and see if something bad happens. You are a good girl, Cat. You're such a good girl. I don't know what more to it. Anyway, let's press this button. And so far, it has not crashed. However, I cannot access any additional skins though, so that's a problem. I did say I had new skins, but I can't press down. It doesn't... I can't press further. This is as much as I can using the cursor doesn't change anything. Well, no, wait, what? Wait, Cat, not again! You're early again. This is a sleepy puppy. A sleepy good girl. But... Okay, we already did this not too long ago. Now you're doing it again too. Well, you're not doing it again, but it's happening to me again. An orange. Look, it's a robot Pon. Look, here's Pon in underwear. Do you like it? You have an underwear option. You have a skeleton with underwear as well. You got water bunny, a rubber robo, Lollydew. Benny, we should the only one that specifies because Benny is the only one that doesn't have the dreamy name. This is Isabel, but as a dress instead. Isabel as a dress. This is Pon as a dog. Look, this is a cute girl. It's even called Wood Robot. This is polygonal Pon. Okay, here we go. Here's Robot Pon with a monitor for head. And here is a very nice outfit. Got a bare back and everything. I guess got a lot of bare back on this one too. This one doesn't. If you're looking very carefully, you might be able to see Pon's panties. Anyway, and here too. Anyway, she got a suit of armor. And I tried to make it as the pieces as solid I could. The only part that's flexible is like the upper part there. Can't really make it too perfect, but a lot of the pieces are solid at least, which is nice. Blush. Oh, look, a balloon. It's kind of leaf-looking outfit. And this is Bianca. So the idea is I will take all the cosplays, with being Coco, Bianca, and I guess Isabel. Was there any more cosplay here? I don't think there was. Aside from the streamer cosplays, of course. They will put at the bottom, and then I will add 3 more. Yeah, this menu does... Yeah, I can't access the additional skins. It's because I didn't add any for Crash. I mean, I could add like a dummy skins for Crash, just copy the same, just the default outfit multiple times, but... Well, at least it didn't crash after modifying the file. It is using the modified file. And also, for some reason, you can do this. There. I don't know. Perfect. This is default behavior in the game. Anyway. I'll be lucky with love, thank you cats. May the vibes be righteous. Hello Bon the Pon. Hello 483 Dusky. Could really do it the better way, I guess. Or should I say 38400 Dusk? I don't know. Oh, Dusk got 2 melons. Yeah, I tried to add 6 additional outfits and I wanted to add them at the bottom here, but it doesn't work. They don't show up. No outfits show up. Probably have to ask the person about that. So yeah. So that's what it looks like. Here's beautiful. So I don't really know how to make them appear. So probably because I got that. Because I don't see anything else here that I would need to modify. It is interesting seeing that it has that Crash 4 is listed as Fortnite version 31. But anyway, well, what have you Unreal Engine 5 considers an Unreal Engine 4 game? Interesting. Maybe this isn't actually part of the file. Maybe this I don't know. It says it's a custom version contained. I don't know. So you got this list of all the outfits, so I'll have to add my stuff to it as well, of course. Well, I don't have to because it's already added. It kind of handles all that stuff itself. That's why I have this editor, because it should ensure that everything is correct. But I guess just the menu is limited in that case. So I guess I'll just have to ask the let me write on the server. I modified the list of things. This gets this in data table and added 6 more outfits at the bottom. Yes, copies of this thing. Yeah. However, it doesn't show these skins in game. Flag system. I assume somewhere in the menu it's limited to a maximum of. I guess it was 30 skins. Any additional skin is not anyone got any idea of where I should look to modify this? If it's as easy as to just allow it to load up to 36 things. I don't know. We'll see if there's an answer. But hopefully they just cap somewhere that says maximum of 30 skins. I expand it to 36, and then it's like, well, then it displays 36 skins. What a person told me, maybe I should go back to that conversation. Maybe that sounds like a good idea. Oh, I actually got a notification, apparently. Because I had a conversation with someone regarding the expanded outfits and expanding with even more outfits. Let's see what the person said. Yeah, the person said here that the UI has an unused scroll as far as I know, so it should work. I basically got a bunch of helps. Yes, and the person was willing to answer some stuff, and yeah. Yeah, someone thought that Feral the Pon mod for Spyro should use the wings for flying. But yeah, that would kind of require custom animations, and like, yeah, I'm all swapping custom animations. Kinda different. But yeah, so the person says, so yeah, okay. The person didn't say anything about where. That's like where to modify. So, and that was a year ago. I could look through the files and see if there's anything. I mean, there's could be anywhere, like, but anywhere, which would hold the menu for. Well, it was one that's called interfaces here. Which does not seem to be anything here related. Yeah, it's so like somewhere that holds the menu stuff. Would be neat if it could like search through all files and just find the number 30. There would probably be a lot of number 30 in the game since it's such a small number. And also, in case you didn't know, in Crash 4 there is a folder known as Global Spyro. And it contains a folder known as Toys for Bob Materials, and it has a single material, which is Ocean Water, no SSR, and one texture, which is Hologram Softline 1. I wonder if these are used. There we go. Oh, spine, pon. This is the texture. And well, you can't see the material. I mean, I guess it just doesn't have a material viewer. It's a massive material there. I wonder if it's used. Otherwise, the case, I don't know, delete the folder. But I guess it's used for something. Is that where the Spyro balloon is? Nope. Nope. The Spyro balloon is probably under levels. Which level was it? Single player. Okay, all the levels use random numbers. From 36 to 134. Quite random numbers. I assume the two first digits are the world. Although that doesn't make any sense. Because the first world has 2 levels. So it has 03 for the first world and then 6 and 8 for the 2 levels. But the next world has more than 3 levels as far as I know. So you got 04. So, because these are itself levels. You got flashback, which there are a bunch of levels in. which does increase in some kind of logical order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 39, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, and 72. Very interesting numbers. Why it's like that, I don't know. What I find interesting is that in the original, in Spyro, they decided to use WWise, or whatever you call it, as the system for playing audio. But this game appears to not use it. Because that's itself makes modding Spyro animation a bit more of a hassle. Okay, bosses are separate, so we can just ignore those. Yeah, anyway, one of the levels, whichever level it is, has the asset for the balloons. If you take a random folder here and then go to maps, I guess it is. No, okay, so the assets for levels are not part of the level folder, so they have not done it like okay. Okay, so it does not work like in Spyro. They've decided to do this differently. Yeah, so they still instead have objects folder. And then I have a theme set folder. And then you go to like, what was it called? Gunk Island, Jungle Wasteland, Ice, Pirate, Swamp, Prehistoric, Temple, Cave, Space, Deep South. Is that yeah, they got like piano key and bonus platform. Wait, this... No, this is... Wait. Interesting. Vortex. Now this is the... No, this is the water level. Oh, it's a skeleton though. Yeah, because it got this water ramp. Okay, so it's not that. City? But the city would be... this city with these vehicles. Flying vehicles. Where's the... Well, it doesn't matter, but... Mardi Gras, of course, there it is. For some reason, it's a very late theme. Parade. Parade Balloon A. No, this parade platform I can't read. I can't read. Props. Oh, it's got stuff over here too. Parade. Horn. Maybe it's on a prop. It doesn't matter where it is. Alright, I don't need to find it. You got a box, eh? Oh, you can't. Is it a wooden box? It doesn't because it opens a separate window. So even if I find it, I won't be able to show it anyway. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Don't matter. Although it does show the materials when you open a model. Unless it doesn't show the material. If I open the grind rail. Yeah, it might not actually show the material, it might just show the texture plainly on it. And there is almost... so if I were to go to characters, player Coco wrong Coco folder. The second Coco folder. And then I pick like, what is a shiny outfit? I don't even know what's what here anymore. I know pirate is the swimsuit. Oh, it does load the Coco outfit. Interesting. It kind of tries to load the material, but it displays it wrong. I wish I could show. I wish I could show this. I wish it wasn't a separate window. Yeah, but the model appears very shiny though, so it seems to be displayed incorrectly, but yeah. I could send a message to this person again and just say, what should I say? I decided to modify the Discus skin data table and added 6 new slots for Coco. Coco extra A to Coco extra F, I guess. But det är ju så uppercase letter, but that might not matter. Where I copied all data from Chillhop, but when loading this into the game, it doesn't show the extra outputs. Okay, wait. There's one more thing I need to check. So if I go to the exclusive skins, which is where I got help with, if I check all the files that it has here, so it got the extra pictures, it got extras, and then it got the data table. Is it any other file it modifies? And then it got the class files for the, so I don't see any, it doesn't modify any other file to add those 2 extra skins. So adding up to 30 skins should just be possible. That itself should just work. Because apparently this mod, that's just what this mod does. But yeah, it's after checking the mod exclusive skins only, that file has been modified to allow extra skins to show, since all other files are directly tied to this skins. Basically, all the files are like the meshes for the skins, the textures and materials for the skins, and like the icon that shows up in the UI. So those are directly tied to the skins themselves. It has nothing to do with how many skins can show up on the list. So, and it does have like data files that goes along with the skins, but those are likewise directly tied to the skin. Where are they? Unless they like No, they are. They're directly tied to the skins. Has nothing to do with the layout of the files, of the UI. I was thinking that maybe they state where on the UI they should show up, but no, they do not. Because this exclusive skins, as it's called, because it's the PlayStation exclusive skins added to the Windows version. Because that file, because even if those files can't give that information, because they are added before the skeleton skin, and the skeleton skin file was not modified. So by that logic, because the skeleton position is moved in the game when you add this mod, but its file is not modified, therefore its position cannot be in part of that file. Through pure logic. Do you know how I could modify this menu in some way to allow up to 36 skins, preferably only for coconuts, so I don't have to mess with trash. There we go. And we'll see if I got an answer. I haven't written to this person since the end of in October of 2023, so hopefully they're still on here. My mods. Upon the Bonbon. That is my mod. And it has one update. The Bonbon mod has a Golf for Crash 4 as an update, and it was Evil Bonbon is now using. Oh yeah, I should have shown that. In case no one saw that. That was why I was using the Evil Bonbon as my last skin, because I tested the mods. But now it requires the game to be updated though. Why is there nothing? Okay, something broke. Of course something broke. Maybe I can... Why is it acting up now? Is it because I have this thing running here? Let's close it. Maybe it's causing issues. Yeah, probably because it's when yeah, that was the issue. Okay, it was a tiny update apparently. I don't know what it did. Miniature update. So the mod I did has three the update I did has 3 small updates. 2 other are not really that super exciting, because one of them fixed the issue with how I set up the material, because instead of overriding the emission with my custom texture, it overridden the alpha channel of the tablet, but the tablet doesn't have transparency in the first place, so it didn't even do anything. So it used the old texture for the emission, but the old texture and my texture are almost identical, so I couldn't see a difference. I didn't see my mistake, but it was noticeable when I did one of the other updates, so I had to fix that. So now it's fixed. So now it's using the correct texture, but no one would be able to see that. Like I don't think you will be able to see a difference. The other update was that I fixed replaced all the Russian names for the skins. Oh, Coco. I can't show you the Pompons mod with Coco. So I need to start a game like proper game. Sword bunnies, yeah, adds in 4 minutes. So yeah, so the Russian names, because I wanted translation in the first place, was just basically machine translated. So they weren't very creative. But I got in contact with someone who knows Russian. Don't know if it was on a native level or not. I would prefer native speakers. But I, of course, do not mind non-native speakers or people who don't even speak the language, like myself, to still review and check over names and stuff, because I can see, like, yeah, that's... For example, some people insist on using a capital letter on every word in the skin names like they do in English, but they did not do that for any of the languages when you use any other language of the game. So I disregarded their way of capitalizing the names of the outfits and went with how they would write it in the games originally. Unless, of course, like it's a name or something that should be capitalized. That's a different thing. But yeah, but the third, or rather the first thing that I wrote, which was the biggest change, is that if you pick Evil Pompon, the tablet goes into dark mode. This was actually a thing someone requested because Evil Pompon is quite dark, and having a very bright tablet stood out a lot. So it's dark now. Dark mode is evil mode, everyone else says. And I think, and that makes it 2 skins that have custom tablet. Evil Pompon and Coco Bandicoot. That's the skin. Both of them have custom tablet. Because Coco's tablet is Coco's original design. Pompon has a more simplified design, and even the stickers and everything changed. And I was able. So this skin is the one that does override the table by default. So yeah. So I used this information of how this skin overrides the tablet, because every outfit uses the exact same tablet. This one has an override. So I used this override this skin has and applied it to this skin. And then applied it to this skin. So this mod is doing something you probably don't see any other mod doing. And that's pretty cool. So for anyone doing a Coco mod, you can, in theory, also override what the tablet design is for your skin specifically. Because when people do like Coco replacements, or character replacement in general, they just override one of these skins. So you can have their mod along with other mods, so you can swap to their skin and swap to other skins without being forced to exit the game and swap out the mods just because you want a different skin. This is also why it's beneficial if modders were to make their skins replace multiple skins, but as separate mods, so you can choose which skin you want to replace. Because the mod has to tell which skin it wants to replace, that the user can't do much about that. That really, in theory, shouldn't be that hard, because all you do when you are a modder is copy the folder a bunch of time and just rename the folder and files inside, and then cook that, and then it's extra work, I know, but at least it avoids collisions, so you can use, because if 2 mods decides to replace the same skin, well, in that case you can't use both mods. Oh well, you know what else is pretty cool? Thank you, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I was thinking, and I really should take that break, but I was really thinking that, thank you, Mike. What do you mean, he's fun, but where he's spreading sweetness and joy. I was I was thinking that these four cosplays should also have different tablets depending on whatever tablet streamers use to. But yeah, I could. There's a lot of clipping to the tablet as well. Can't do much about that. Oh yeah. Although I could be so crazy, so I changed the design of the tablet for every outfit. This outfit could also use the dark mode actually, to be fair. And that would be an easy override to do. Because I would just use the same override. Because of how dark the whole outfit is. But anyway. And yeah, and this kind of overrides that I'm doing here is something no one would understand. Well, people can't understand. But if someone was just to get this file and not know anything about how this whole thing with tablet and stuff works, they were like, well, yeah, I guess every outfit just comes with a tablet mesh, and this one has just replaced the tablet mesh, or in this case, the texture, and this one just as using that tablet mesh along with its skin. But nope, that's not how it works. Every outfit uses the exact same tablet mesh. So I have to dig into the files and mess around with a bunch of values. So, yep, well, that's that. I will take. I have this ad break to take now, so we'll do a quick 3-minute break, and I'll be back. Bunnies are swarming in. So many bunnies. We interrupt this program to bring you bun. But wait. We already had bun. Are we interrupting this bun program for more bun? How does that work? Well, since ads are playing anyway, so, and I'm kinda here, why don't I just do what I said I was going to do? That is, doing the override for that outfit. Wait, which outfit was it? That's a good question. Do you know that the outfits have 4 different names? Yes, the outfits in the game has 4 different names. It is the because that's not confusing at all. So you have the name you can see in game. This name is also used for the texture fights for some reason. Then you have a different name, which is the folder that the skin is put in. This name differs greatly from the name you see. And then you also have a name that is used for the data table that lists all the outfits for the menu. This list of names are mostly the same. There are a few that actually do differ, but they are almost the same, and the difference is barely anything, and that should be aware. And then you also got the name of the outfit as the string, as it's called, the text entry, which holds the name of the outfit in each language. The so-called key. This one also differs, I think. Maybe it's the same. But I guess you could say the name of each outfit is listed in 5 different places, and they are not always the same. Because that's convenient. So that means that if I want to modify, I really want to show what I'm doing, but it's hard because I'm messing around with so many different. I guess I could show that too. Boom. So if I go to character, player, Coco, and then we have skins here, and then we have class. Oh yeah, I also got this list. So I want to change the one that is the dark suit Pon-Pon, the black skin suit Pon-Pon. So to figure out what that one is, which one that is, I have to basically open the mod file, Pon-Pon base file, and because here is basically my best, well, this basically this, because here is the best list I have for figuring out what the code name is and which I replaced it. So it's one of the very early ones, so skin suit. So the code name is Ragtime. There we go. So now I know that. So now I just find Ragtime in this one, which is this one, and export it as a U asset file. And then here, I'll just go to, do I put them here as well? Well, I guess I already have them here. So I didn't have to do all that, but it's fine because I still have to. So I'll then go to this one. Whoop. And then I open. So we'll open Ragtime in this one, because it is one I want to modify. I do also have a copy of it for for the wombat. Because I need to copy over the information. So we got this stuff here, but what we're interested in is, wait, wasn't it wombat? Or did I open the wrong one? Huh. Okay, let's open the one that actually is in memory. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here. There we go. Now cursor. So it got this skin attachment here, which I need to put here. And then I do refresh. And now with the skin attachment added, Yeah, there we go. And now I can add the tablet here. Apparently I couldn't. How do I delete this? There. Okay, I will have to. Oh no, it reads this. Okay, so I need to go to here and then add the missing information, which is this one. Boop. And this one. Boop. And then if I refresh it, exactly. And then when I go here, it has the one by tablet. And this should hopefully be enough. Fail attempt to retrieve index of dummy name. Okay, I missed something. Let's put these in the correct order. Okay, something's very messy here. Skin mesh, skin attachment, array property, struct property, skin attachment, socket name property, head attach, mesh asset, that, and static mesh. Can I save now? No. Oh, apologies. I'm wearing a bikini. Hello, Portugal girl. I'm messing around with data files here. Something. I missed something. Yeah, I don't see what it is. That is the issue. Everything seems correct. Everything. But serial offset not available. Why? Shows it not available. How come? Why is that? I can't modify this value. Oh wait, now it's saved. Huh, okay, now it worked. Magic. So... it's a bit of magic. So with that, it should have created backup, but that's fine. I'll keep the backup. But I should go back to the other one. So I'll go here and I'll call this modifier to add 6 more outfits. There we go. Very obvious what each of those are. There we go. I should create a file here that keeps track of model update changes. 1.2 will have gave a black skin suit, dark mode tablet as well. There we go. There we go. Let's try this. It's a silly song. It's just a tiny change. Well, anyway, because it wasn't that simple to modify it, I do the adding 6 more skins. Hello, by the way, Portugal, I'm trying to add additional skins to the skin selection menu. What would you say for a mod for Crash 4, where we'll basically gather up every custom skin for Crash and Coco that people have made, obviously with permission of the people who made those skins, and then adding them as additional outfits below the default outfits. So you can use any of the default as you want, but you then also get access to all the outfits everyone else has made. If I were to add fun outfits to it, that would be a massive list. Well, it would be 30 of them, so... So, if I go here now... Oh, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Did I modify the wrong one? No, it was supposed to be dark mode. I guess it wasn't that simple. Why did it work? Why didn't it work? I guess I still have a few more stuff to modify then. All the pon-pons, the peasants, can go below you on that list. oh, I see what you mean. So for my idea for a massive list for all the custom outfits, so you have all the default outfits first. That's the default outfits, the one that came with the game. After that, on the Coco list, of course, you have all the 30 pon-pon skins. And then you have the rest of them. What I would probably do is, because they do still need to come in some order, is to put the ones that are different outfits for Crash and Coco as outfits first. And then non-Crash Coco outfit. So other characters replacing Crash and Coco. But maybe those shouldn't be part of the mod. Maybe there should be a mod that are just different outfits for Crash and Coco, just expands on the list. Oh, you know what? It didn't work. I wonder why it didn't modify. Why it didn't modify the tablet in game? So weird. Checking the address bar and seeing here. It's placed in the resources folder. There is where I put all the files that will not be packed with the mod, but that's the project file I'm working and generating files. And this one I'm loading here is from the lava folder, or lava, I don't know. How do you say that? That's the actual folder for stuff that gets packed into the mod. So I didn't even put the file into the mod in the first place. Strange how it didn't work when I didn't even put the file in the mod. Anyway, silly mistake aside, I have actually put the file into the mod now. Can you imagine you having to do that? I've done that mistake previously too. Just forgetting to put the file into the mods. And why is the stream quality low, by the way? I was thinking about maybe playing some Euro Truck Simulator because I feel like doing it. Anyway, I started the game, so hopefully it works now. Oh, well, it's the game now. Why is like this isn't a loading? Well, it is loading, but that's not a loading bar that fills up. That's just a animation. It's just a video file. It just plays a bunch of the video files. It's just one more video file it plays. Although this game says automatically, do not shut down the game while this icon is showing, which is such a terrible thing because you do not get a warning that it will auto-save now. It's just, oh, the tablet turned invisible. Well, I still have things to fix. Well, this is Coco deciding to not carry around the tablet anymore. Obviously, well, why? It works here. I'm trying to refer to the same model. And if someone's like, well, because this tablet is placed together with this model, this one is trying to use the same model as the other one, and someone might say there, well, of course it's not going to work if it's trying to read the model from another thing. Well, no, that's not the case. Thank you for following, Maxiap. Oh, Red Riot. Thank you for doing the fruit redeem. Every day you get 1 fruit, except for the first time you get 5. And you too. Ooh, nice. And if you come back every stream, you can gather up your collection and do exclamation point fruit or F. Or fruit if you want to be silly. All those works. If you want to see your collection. Peanuts are fruit? Yes, they are. Every fruit that you can get from this redeem, with the exception of the royal ones, those marked with a crown, or it says royal, those are not fruits, but all the other ones are fruits. A fruit is the seed of the plant that is used to grow new plants. And since peanuts are the seeds that are used to grow new plants, it's a fruit. It's as simple as that. Now, someone did point out that some fruits, in this specific case bananas, are grown seedless. And that would technically not make them fruits anymore. However, that doesn't mean that the bananas I have in my list are seedless. They have seeds, but they are still fruits. Anyway, as I said, so this outfit tries to read the tablet from this outfit, and this outfit and this tablet is in the same folder. This outfit is a different folder, so it tries to read the tablet from another folder, which someone might say, well, that's obviously the issue, but no, because this outfit and this tablet are in 2 separate folders. That's how it is in Crash by default. So that's why I left these 2 outfits, this and tablet in their original folders. Yeah, I just didn't want to mess around with that. I could move it, but I don't see the point of that. So it should still be able to do that. Is the issue both outfits are trying to read the same tablets? Well, all of these outfits are reading the same tablet, so that works. So I'm not really sure what the issue is. At least it's trying to, so it's close. But I do still have to figure out. Okay, so let's reopen this file. Let's just reopen this file just to be unsafe. And let's check. Is there anything that differentiates these 2? All of these are whatever was it by default. Is what's down here, which is I'm interested in. So it's references, because here's the path is trying to reference. So it goes to skins. It goes to the wombat. So wombat is the dark skin. That's the one it replaces. Ragtime is the black skin suit. But it's referenced in folder wombat and the exact address to the tablet. I mean, I copied over the values, so it should be exact. though. And everything else here seems to be correct. And the numbers here are the same. So maybe I should try again. Like restart. Start over from the beginning. Start over from new. Huh. Okay, maybe I will export it again just to be sure that I get the original one. Magical girl. That is one of the outfits I did create. What makes this outfit neat is that I did create it for my Crash 4 Pon mod first, and then I made it for as an outfit on stream. So it is an original design for Pon. It's not, well, it's inspired by like magical girl outfits, but, and you can probably, if you know magical girl outfits, you can, I don't know magical girls in in anime, but I did look up some pictures and drew some references from that. But it is not directly based on any of them, but you could, if you know the show, some of the show, you might be able to see what references I've used. I don't remember, so I can't tell you. So anyway, I'm going to export this ragtime again. Export USit. Even if I wanted to tell you, I can't tell you because I don't remember. So we'll open another one as temporarily. And then I will replace. And let's do this correctly. So character, player, Coco, content, skins, class. Replace files. There we go, and then I will reopen the file. So now it's reset back to the default settings. Oh, I'm like a Red Rock bunny or something. What's it called? Red Rock rabbit. Is it called that? Red Rock rabbit. No, it's called a Red Rock hare. But the reason why I call it a Red Rock rabbit, because the Red Rock rabbit would be such a much better name, right? Because if I'm not wrong, it is a rabbit, not a hare. Or am I wrong? What kind of animal is the genus Chronolagus? That didn't tell me what it was. Okay, anyway, let's do another search then. Rabbit. If I search for rabbit, it will tell me rabbit was one of the family Leporidae, which also includes the hares, which is in the order which also includes picas. But what's the terminology? Here we go. Taxonomy, I meant to say. Rabbits and hares are formerly classified in order Rodentia, rodents, until 1912, but because they aren't rodents. But they are closely related. They're still very closely linked, but they aren't rodents. I thought I found what they refer to as... maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe the Red Rock hare is a hare and not a rabbit. But it feels wrong. Because the Red Rock hare is closely related to the Bunyoro rabbit, which in that case would be a rabbit, and the striped rabbit, which also is a rabbit in that case. If you go by the name, wouldn't the Red Rock hare therefore be a rabbit? It is separate, like the European rabbit, which I guess I am. It would be a rabbit, but that one is closely related to the Hispin hare, which should be a rabbit. Or I don't know. Because it does say that the extant species of leopardi, of which there are more than 70 species, are contained within 11 genera, one of which is lepus, the hares. To which I read as a rabbit is not a lepus. Everything else that is not a lepus is a rabbit. Therefore, red rock hare is a rabbit, not a hare. Because the names aren't always, like a coconut is not a nut, for example. Therefore, red rock rabbit. Anyway, this has nothing to do with modding. This is just Pompom being nerdy about taxonomy, as usual. Anyway, oops, they're right. Do you like this? Guten Morgen. Well, is it morgen? Is that like a valid? Because I assume you try to write German. That's why I said Guten Morgen. But maybe Guten Morgen is actually a valid way of saying it in German, some dialects. What do I know? Typo or a dialect? Who knows? Could be both. Also, I mean, it should be a capital M anyway if it's German. Doesn't matter. Maybe it's a dialect that doesn't bother with capital letters. Taxonomy is so confusing. It can be not German, just rubbish. Oh, I see. You're speaking the rubbish language of the Germanic branch of languages. I mean, if you could mix, like if you know about, because I do like the idea, but I just don't put in any effort into it. Have you heard about what's called conlanging? It's constructed languages, making your own made-up languages. And well, Esperanto would be one of the popular ones, as well as the ones that author Tolkien, I think, also made like fictional languages, but I'm not sure if that's true now that I think about it, because there is another person who I think is called David something, who makes a lot of fictional languages. Maybe Tolkien started with the basis, and David, if that's his name, did the actual fictional language. With like Klingon is also like a proper language. It's not always the proper language used in Star Trek though. Sometimes it's just gibberish, but sometimes they actually use the proper Klingon language that was constructed. And you could, because my brain is, I don't know, weird. You could create your own fictional language where you take inspiration from different Germanic languages. You take German and like Scottish English, and like mush them together into some weird, like you can see the German inspiration in it, but it's still its own thing. I can speak rubbish too. For instance, Pompon doesn't deserve headpads. That sounds rubbish. Too scared to claim my fruit. Why? Come on, you can do it. I mean, what do you think is going to be? Get a fruit. Yeah, get a fruit. Rocky Man, get a fruit. What a phrase. That's not a suggestion, that's an order. Okay, I will first do the name map, because I think that's what I did last time when I did it. And okay, I copied array property twice. No worries, I can fix that. And after doing that, but yeah, when you make a constructed language, it's very important to remember that you're actually making your own set of words with their own meanings and your own grammar. If you just take an existing language and you just swap out the letters, you're just making a very basic cipher of the language. you haven't made a new language. This could, for example, if you take take English and using a different script. It's not a new language, it's just English with a different script. A more advanced method is to take a language and replace the words. But one word is always mapped to another word. This is also a cipher. And this is, again, not your own language. It's just whatever language you copied. And then I'll copy these. An actual constructed language is when you make a word. This word has sometimes several meanings, but the meaning should not map perfectly to a word of another language. Rocket Man is gathering another apple. Well, you have 3 apples and you're bleeding apples. You convinced me. I'm glad. I got an apple too. Apple bros. Forgive my profanity, it was not cool. You don't like apples? You must have... how many fruits do you have? So yeah, if I take an example for... It might be... If you only speak one language, it might be hard. If you speak at least 2 languages, I would say you have like... It's something to compare to, I guess. No, but if you take the English word hard, you might think like, well, that just has one meaning, but it doesn't actually. I don't know why I always bring up hard as my example, but it does have multiple meanings because you have and this I don't know right. Because you have why is this one blank? Maybe I have to refresh it. Because hard can be meaning something. Oh, it's still blank. I don't like that. Wait, why is this one still empty? I thought I added this. Wait, something's going wrong here. Plushies! And now I'm very strong colored. Why didn't this work? Do I have to add it? No, this should just work. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, I recreated this time. I don't know if this will work, but hopefully it works. But yeah, hard could be... It has multiple meanings because it could be something that's difficult. It could be something that's very solid in that it doesn't give away. You could press on it. Like a rock is hard. You can also have hard in the uses of I don't know how we would describe this. One example which I gives is hard evidence. That's just a different way to use the word hard. And so on. So if you're making your own language and you're making up a word for hard and you use the exact same definitions, like you use it in the exact same way English is using the word hard, you're not really making your own language. Because if you look at Swedish, if something is difficult, you would use the word svår. But if something isn't soft, you would use the word hård. And hård, you should probably might see it's called a cognate with the English word. Hard, hård, there's a different vowel there. So they're cognates, but svår is, I don't know, is that, I wonder which word in English it's a cognate with. Because in German, no, it was something like that, which should be a cognate with Swedish word, is neon, but I'm very bright. Should be a cognate with German schwer, which means heavy, I think. Which something being rock hard and something being heavy, one could see like how it kind of shifts meaning, because that's how cognates have different meanings in different languages. Yeah, now it's working. I just have to read it. There we go. The Midnight Silhouette is also using dark mode on the tablet now. Isn't that cool? What I could do, but why is the game like this? Why is this a feature? Anyway, what I could do, which is very silly, but I've always thought about it, but I'm not going to do it. Replace the tablet for Bianca with the wand. Just the wand work with all the idle animation where Coco is using the tablet. I would look really weird in those situations, but it being the wand would be cool, but I can't bother to. I replace it with a pom-pom for cheerleader. Yuck. Yucky, Crash 4. But it's Crash 4 with pom-pom. Look at all these beautiful outfits I made. I made all of these outfits. And people really like this outfit for some reason. I wonder why. Only these outfits. Oh, there's a lot of them. 30 of them. Oh, anyway, let's skip that. And there we go. The level of details on his outfit. This is probably one I don't know. I spent a long time making this outfit. Like there's yeah. It has details everywhere. You have it there. More details there. And this is Water Bunny. By the way, if someone didn't recognize Water Bunny with his suit, the wings, that of course doesn't work. Can't fly. Imagine making cutie. Hi, fun, hello, sad panda. Fun makes everything better. Yeah, I mean, regardless how bad the Crash 4 is, if you play with the Pon mod, it's better. In Polish, trudny means difficult, but so does ciężki, which also means heavy. I wonder if that's... yeah... no, it's a bit ciężki. I wonder if that's an inspiration. Like, sometimes languages do get influenced by each other. Like, in English, you could use the expression I see to the meaning I understand. That doesn't work in Swedish. But, I mean, some people kind of try. Like, I guess it's more like in the English influence, like slip up and accidentally say I see. But it just means that you have vision. But I mean, with more people using it, it would actually become an actual expression in Swedish too. Even though that's just taken straight from English. But yeah, I'm not going to play the game though. But all I did was change this one so it says dark. I was thinking like, oh, maybe this one should be pink. Maybe this one should die that. No, I'm not going to. I mean, like dark mode for that one and that one. Light mode for all of the other ones. Well, yeah, that's that. That's that. Twaji, hard like a stone. Yeah. And the Swedish word for heavy is tung. Which, interestingly, it sounds very similar to the word tunga, which means tongue. Tongue, not song, tongue. There we go, that's how we say it, tongue. If I look up the Swedish word svår, and just for curiosity, so this comes from a Germanic word svärad, which sounds very much like the Swedish word sväras, or actually svära, which means to swear, which certainly is cognates. The old Germanic word svärad, sväraj, no wait, sväraz, There we go. Meant, because no one speaks Proto-Germanic. Heavy or serious. This has turned into the English word swear. Like you can swear on it. And it has... Oh wait, Low German. There we go. Yes, and it's also turned into the German word schwer, which means heavy, difficult, serious. And apparently indigestible. Which, fine. And in Swedish is svår, which means just difficult. Which is interesting that you have the word when you have the same word for heavy and difficult, because something heavy is difficult to move. Thank you for the headpads and time wraps and hydrate. But enough of these. As I said, I wanted to. Why do I have a search for Moana? Oh, okay, interesting. Back to lurking. I was thinking about, as I said, playing Euro Truck Simulator, because I just feel like it. Mondays I do whatever I want today, regardless of the schedule is. I have the freedom to do whatever I want for an early day, but I do want to try to keep the schedules. People get what they expect. But I'm happy that I actually got that thing to work.